Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Ampreen Lingdaw, along with Labour Department Minister Shakliar Wajri, on Monday briefed press persons regarding the Meghalaya Nurse Job Fair scheduled to be held on the 4th August 2023 at State Convention Centre, Shillong. Through the Meghalaya Nurse Job Fair, interested candidates can get the chance to be employed overseas. To ensure the safety of nurses employed outside the country, the government assured that proper memorandums of understanding would be signed with the companies.
So at the very outset, we are very grateful that the nurses who are either unemployed or underemployed in the state of Meghalaya and who would like to go out overseas for jobs. Few countries are expressing their interest on employing and engaging our nurses in Japan, United Kingdoms, UAE. Now we are also getting information that there's another firm that wants to come from Singapore. So this is the first thing that we would like to do, because we have noticed and it has come to our attention that large numbers of nurses are without jobs in the state of Meghalaya. So because of this, we have thought that it would be fit for us to engage with the Honorable Labour Minister, Shakliar Wajri, who will be now also spearheading this particular fair with us. So the only objective that we have is, why should so many qualified individuals in the field of especially nursing remain without jobs? And government also has started so many of these nursing institutes across the state. And if we don't have as many jobs, and if we are conducting these courses all the way south, Bagmara, west in Rongkhon, then we saw also some institute. We went and visited one institute in Ribhoi district. And as I move to the different districts, I will be meeting all of these trainers, and I will go to these institutions to find out whether or not we can improve on even nursing skills of our nurses. It's just not about nursing, but I think we need to also have additional subjects in our courses. But I don't want to do that in a hurry. Let me first visit all the institutes, the nursing institutes across the state of Meghalaya, and then we can take a call. Compulsorily, I think every professional course like this, there must be at the very beginning in our nursing institutions added skills. Language skill is a very important skill. So we are looking at this, and where are these institutes that are going to be training our trainees, whoever is going to be registering in the job fair. We will have the training institutes primarily in the main cities of India, Delhi, Mumbai and Bangalore, 3 places. So what is the role of the government in all of this? We are not just going to be having a fair. We are going to be engaging professionally with individuals who come to this nursing fair, corresponding with their interest in going overseas. We are also going to be spending, government is going to be spending some amount of money for this matter. And all of this will be under the skill development program. So therefore, we will make sure that we sign adequate MOUs with all of these companies, because we do not want any of our citizens then to complain that this is not okay, that is not okay, they're not taking care of this, they're not giving us accommodation like this. All our MOUs will be signed professionally with all of these institutes. What is the salary that likely every nurse will take back home. It will range between 1.5 to 2. Over and above the training
1.5 to 2 lakhs per month.
per month.
2 lakhs.
Over and above accommodation costs and investments for training.
That from their salary they'll have to take part of the accommodation cost and etc.
Yeah, accommodation costs and all. So the take back home will be between 1.5 to 2.
Around 1 lakh.
Around 1 lakh. Okay. So we will get better information once we have the job fair on the 4th of August at 11:30 this Friday in the State Convention Center. Honorable Chief Minister will also be attending. Honorable Labour Minister will be attending, and I will be attending. So we extend an invitation to all nurses across the state of Meghalaya. If you don't have a job and you feel that you are competent enough and you have permissions to go and employ yourselves overseas, please join us for the program on this day. Over 1,000 people have already registered with us. We hope to have a healthy number of qualified nurses who will come for this program. Whether or not people who have not registered online can come, you can come. You can come, and we will allow you to interact with these agencies that are going to be conducting the job fair. You will be receiving adequate information, more information on all of these details. And I want to encourage every nurse, come for the job fair and see whether or not you would like to go overseas to serve, since you have already got the training. We'll allow the Honorable Labour Minister to also pitch in with a few things.
Labour Department, as we all know, deals with unemployment, or deals with employment, I mean. And we know for a fact that in the state there's a lot of unemployed youths. So today, yes, it's with nursing, it deals with health. But hopefully we are trying to explore options for the Labour Department that in the time to come, that not only be from the health sector, but in other fields as well, so that we have more options to employ our youth. So hopefully, in a few months, hopefully we can explore these options.
Unemployed, we would not have exact, because many of them are studying working also in law and etc. Do we have exact unemployed nurses data, the nursing council? We don't have. So after this fair, actually, we even
I think on that day we will share those numbers officially with you, because we will be preparing the data and everything and consolidating on everything. But by the 4th, when we have the program, you'll get to know. But they are large in numbers. If 1,000 people, over 1,000 people have registered online, and many others have also texted me, so we are looking at a number between 1,000 to 1,500 for sure. For sure. We are yet to get all those details. Let us first start with the first thing, and that is having the job, the job fair, and then let interested candidates first find out more information themselves from the various companies that are coming. But for sure, we were just having this informal discussion with the Labour Minister. The first question he asked was, are they going to be safe? So, Labour Minister obviously is aware now. So, if you're talking about safety measures to be compulsorily put in position, even at the MOU stage, be sure that we are going to be very, very clear about it with all the companies. Safety of our citizens is the most important concern. The other thing that the Honourable Labour Minister and I were discussing was what would be likely the cost that we will be investing on each of these interested candidates, not less than 50,000 per candidate. So maybe we also have to get undertaking signed by interested candidates, for the simple reason that government is going to be investing 50,000 per nurse who's applying for these jobs to go for a specialized training. officers were just saying that in Japan, you'll not even get a work permit if you don't clear P1 or P4 stage, F1 or F4 stage. So we have to ensure that whichever country these young citizens of our state are going to, they must obviously conform to all of that. And obviously visas, work permits, all these are concerns that we will be discussing at length in the MOU at the time of signing it. We would like first to kickstart this program and see what results, because government may plan and then you don't even have 10 people wanting to go, then the investment will not be worth it. So we will see, like the Honorable Labour Minister was saying, in construction, in transport, in hospitality, there's a huge market for workforce, and salaries are very, very comfortable, lucrative, big attractions are there. Many citizens have gone on their own also, and they're doing very well. So now we would like to see whether government can also partner for the have-nots. What's going to happen is that many people may have an ambition to go, but going for a language course alone will be quite steep for those families. So at least here, government is stepping in and making sure that we will help you. 50% government will pay, 50% they will realize themselves from their salaries in the years that they work. So it looks like a very good win-win situation for our citizens who remain unemployed or underemployed. In fact, even before you go for the training, there will be a selection process. There will be a lot of questions, a lot of forms to be filled, because citizens should be fit. So likely there will be a fitness selection procedure as well. Citizens will have to have a lot of other things like consent from parents, if they are married, consent from spouses. So it should be something that we plan correctly so that it does not inconvenience or create confusion. But yes, once you register and you are selected and government supports you, you have to take an undertaking also, like a bond, that if you don't go and if you return before time, then we'll have to find a procedure, because money is being invested on these citizens. So there must be some accountability. We are looking at all those things. And how much time will we take, sir, from the time of the fair to the time of actual decision taking? Compulsory training, I think they said 6 months.
It will depend 4 to 6 months, ma'am.
4 to 6 months.
Because there is a language training and there is a cultural immersion
Yeah.
training also. Culture immersion training also is there.
Culture immersion, which means they will be exposed to their culture, their practices, the etiquette of the state that they are going to be working at. Some of the nations are very liberal, but there are some nations which are also very strict in a few things. So obviously if I'm going to the UAE, then there are a few things that I need to be exposed. So this cultural mix, this exposure will be part and parcel of that. Japan also, so many etiquettes there in Japan, so they will have to be exposed to all of that.
Not in government sector, more than 1,500 or 2,000, and in private sector will be another 500 or something, maybe even 1,000 or 3,000 nurses. But if I'm not wrong, Nursing Council has around 12,000 registrations, right? Meghalaya Nursing Council has 12,000 nurses registered. But there
Job
is,
seekers.
No, these are members of Nursing Council. If you have graduated as a nurse in Meghalaya or there in Meghalaya, you have to register the Nursing Council. So the Nursing Council has around 12,000 members at any given point of time. So yeah, we don't know how many of them are employed outside or employed here. So this fair will give us a fair idea.
Fair idea. It compulsory for many facilities that you seek from the government of India. So the Prime Minister's scheme, health insurance scheme, is now being merged with the government of Meghalaya scheme, because we are looking at higher insurance for citizens, and benefits will be more wide, because the MHIS was only catering to the people, the citizens of the state, from a state fund. But now when you're merging it with the Prime Minister's scheme, you have to remember one thing, that you have to conform. Hapan conform ye kita ki requirements jong ka MHIS registration kawai ni kita kade imru katuru disqualify. To ladap hikali nga to ka health department ka panyaram na ye ki bapang banyo ya kani ka scheme. Of course niyaram. Laki spangot kinong song niling ha hospital. Man la ka hospital, kadon ka Aadhaar counter, kadon ka MHIS counter. Par ha ka tu ka counter, piyo ya ka Aadhaar linkage. Kajing ang ni kalong ba, kamday tang ka scheme jong ka, kot ka kiyate, ka ba siya link siya ka Aadhaar. Paro kini ki schemes ki ba wan hi, nakasorkar, pinhap bandon ya ka Aadhaar linkage, kila penlong compulsory ya ka Aadhaar. Ti kata kadai kaching kapag kipat ba ki hapat suto ban ha kaching pet kachong nga over so many years manta kibriw daladihi kilalit siya ka Aadhaar linkage. Ngayo jing tip ba Aadhaar linkage kastang long problem hakin tsaka nong kondok. Ya katarong ilayak rin hakasaka. Ba haka BDO's office, DC's office, day bandon ka facility ban ling ya ka Aadhaar. There was a lot of these issues initially, but by now, I don't think these issues are pertinent any longer. I think all of them have been sorted out. Hospitals are well informed. Facilities for ensuring that MHIS is registered in that facility, they will have to go to the DHS for further clarification. The problem here is that citizens want to go at their own wish to any institute. That institute may not be listed under MHIS because there are certain preconditions by the third party and even by government of Meghalaya to ensure that facilities in these hospitals are up to the mark. They have to qualify. You can't help it. Few conditions are there for institutes, and institutes have to conform to the conditions before they are empaneled for MHIS treatment. I don't agree with you saying that there are some problems. The only thing is, citizens are still yet to familiarize themselves. Say for example, MHIS will not be available for a beneficiary to use if you are staying in a private room. Indication is that if you're in a private room, you're well off, you will not be entitled for MHIS, at least not for hospital stay. So if citizens have additional cards like the BPL card for ration cards and other things, it helps them. I know of patients who are now paying zero, cashless, for various treatments across the board. Now we just have to make sure that we empanel more institutions. Anyways, now government is preparing a new MOU in this phase because we had some problems with the previous companies that were running the MHIS for the government of Meghalaya. The tender has been floated and all of our observations, experiences from previous years are now being attended to, and we are ensuring now that even the next company that comes and implements the MHIS for us, the third party, especially insurance companies and all that, we have to make sure that our experiences will be taken into consideration. But I don't think many hundreds of people get MHIS because our MHIS dues are now running into 4, 5, 6 crores. So it's not possible that people are not availing MHIS for non-central organizations. So once we are able to understand this problem, we will deal with it and we will ensure that even government employees go cash less with a card for treatment. My intention was to go to review the health department, the agriculture department and other departments which are under my purview. When I reached Jinjal, I was told that there was a protest going on in Pura town. some bike rally was there, black flag was there, other things were there. And I was briefed by the authorities that situation in Tura was a little volatile. I took a personal decision not to continue with my journey because I knew that there were other pressing issues that were happening in the town of Tura that needed addressing. So in my own personal evaluation, I decided not to continue with my tour, and I abruptly aborted my tour program because it was not going to be good for me to go for something else and then have some other problems that I would need to deal with. So I waited for the Honorable Chief Minister, who was anyways going to go 3 days after my Garo Hills tour to complete the process and the assignment. And that's exactly what happened. He went wanting to solve the matter. And it's a good thing that I didn't go because unnecessarily law and order situations would have arisen and it would not have been good for me. I was going for another purpose. So I was not comfortable.
The CM was also
Well,
always-
NGOs in Tura, they have taken strong exception of the statement made by DGP, and they have in fact stated that there was security lapses rather.
See, let me not involve myself in this. I avoided going all the way to Tura because those issues highlighted by the then protesting NGOs were related to the Department of Politics, Administration. So I want to refrain.
But do you see law and order situation?
Don't want to comment because I am not privy to information. I can't make a comment if nobody is briefing me. The best person would be the Home Minister or the Honorable Chief Minister himself. Because see, I can't give a statement if I have not been part of any briefing. And what the CM says, he has done so with authority. He knows what he's talking about. It's important for citizens to know that your Chief Minister knows what he's talking about. And such be the matter.